Oh, Blizzard needs to know about this. Like, they need to know about this right now. For the past year, I've been drawing stills for a Warcraft anime. What do you think? Does Blizzard know about this? Holy shit. God. This is amazing. I know, it reminds me a lot of Castlevania too. Oh my God, I love this. Is incredible. Wow. This is so good. Oh, Blizzard needs to know about this. Like, they need to know about this right now. Like, holy fuck, man. Please send this to Blizzard. You know what? I might just do that. I might just say, I don't know who to talk to at Blizzard, but, I saw this and I thought you might need to know about it. So I hope to see it on Netflix next year. How about that? Does that sound good? Like, this is unbelievable right now. Like, this is incredible. I'm just in complete shock. I've seen this still before. And I was like, wow. The first time I saw it, I was like, wow, this looks really fucking cool. And, like, obviously, you see this, and it reminds you of, what's the guy's fucking name in Castlevania? The fucking weird guy who sacrificed himself to get, like, his girlfriend back. I'm trying to remember. Alucard? No, not Alucard. Not Simon. No, Saint Germain. Yeah, Saint Germain. And, yeah, it reminds me exactly like him, right? 100%. And it's just... This is so fucking good, man. And especially fucking Mal'Ganis, man. Oh my God, Muradin right there, and then him taking the sword. I really like the just like, especially him as the Lich King, you know. And it's like you can see like the facial expressions are like way different. You know, he's not angry really that much at all. It just, you know, he's just simply fucking evil. You know, like, yeah, what sword? Exactly. It was so good, man. It needs more work. It's promising and on Castlevania level. Well, of course, right? And, like, you have to just go through it and, like, change things up. Of course, right? But, like, especially a frame like that, I think is just fucking great. Yeah, eyes are so cold. I know, it's great. I really, freshman year versus senior year. Yeah, something like that, sure. That kind of sucks, but you know, it is what it is. And where is this from? So it's this guy, Valdir. I've never heard of this guy. Apparently he's just an incredible artist, and I'm just shocked about this. Like, this is so great. Like, I would love to see Blizzard bring this to life, because in my opinion, I feel like making a full-length feature movie is antiquated. Like, this is a thing of the past. The fact is that if you really want to make a good series, like, I think about, like, yeah, the Warcraft movie was nice, you know, it was okay, but, like, I don't think it was really that great, because the story was, like, it was Warcraft 1, like, I don't really have any emotional investment in hardly any of these characters, like, besides Lothar, you know, because he's, like, the fucking big dick warrior, right? That's about it. And so, other than that, who cares? But, like, I mean, the Arthas story, I don't know why they didn't do this. Look at Castlevania and how well that was received. Like, oh my God, people fucking loved Castlevania. Then, on top of that, we had Arcane. Arcane was done by the League of Legends, Riot, and it was fucking amazing too. And then we're also seeing Dota doing their own thing like that. I would love to see more of this stuff happen. Castlevania is so good. Yes, I watched the whole thing. I thought it was great. I have not seen Arcane though. So I would love to see them do this and bring this to life as like a as an animated series. I think a lot of people would like to see this, especially with how popular they've become recently. You know, you've seen a lot of other success cases, and it's just, in my opinion, I think this shit has to happen. I'm gonna be totally honest. It fucking has to happen. I would love if they did that. Arcane took 7 years to make, though. Well, they better get started. Well, yep, they better get started. I mean, what are we waiting for? Let's go. Yeah, let's get it started as soon as possible, man. Interactive WoW show. Yeah, I mean, I don't know about interactive, but like a show like this is just fucking amazing. Let me read some of these comments here. Holy shit, this is incredible. Now, if this is on Netflix, keep making the animated series instead of the garbage they do, I'd watch for sure. Didn't they cancel Castlevania and a bunch of other original shit? Shame if I'm remembering. Castlevania was completed, but recently they canceled some of their animated shows. Well, Castlevania ended in a way that was open-ended. You know, like, I know some people haven't seen it yet, and it's a relatively new show, so I'm not going to spoil it, but, like, the show really did end, but, like, by the nature of what Castlevania is. So this is, like, Castlevania lore, and, like, obviously they had, like, the lore from, I think, like, one of the newer games had, like, Dracula was actually an angel or some shit, right? And I might play that game because I find that to be very interesting. But, you know, that's going to be in the future. Anyway, Alucard was really well done. Yes, I think so too. So basically, in the Castlevania lore, the Belmont family is a family of like, you know, demon and monster slayers that have stopped Dracula for like generations. And so each Belmont is effectively, you know, more learned and more powerful than the last because they build on the knowledge that they've accumulated over these generations to keep control over Dracula. So just because Trevor Belmont's story is over does not mean that we're going to have somebody after that, you know. Obviously, you've got like the ones, I think Simon and Richter, the two ones that everybody knows, right, from Smash Brothers. But there's plenty of other ones as well. I've seen many of these, and yeah, I think this is going to happen. JoJo moment, yeah, it's a little bit like JoJo, sure. And so I would be really glad to see if they brought it back, but I don't think they should bring it back unless they really have like a good. They have like a good story to tell. I'm not really one of, oh, bring the story back because I like the show. Don't do that, because that's the first way to get people to not like the show anymore. It's important to come back if you have like a really good part 2 or something like that. Like a good example of this is like Terminator 1, Terminator 2. So Terminator 1 really was a one-off movie. It didn't have to have any 2 on it. Like, it could have just ended right there and that would have been it. But they brought out Terminator 2 and it was fucking amazing. It was so good. And it was like, yes. And then Terminator 3, my opinion, not that great. But Terminator 1 and 2 were fucking incredible, man. And same with Alien, yes. Many of these movies work this way. So yeah, I hope that they, if they do ever bring back Castlevania, they'll bring it back with a, with like a strong, like they're not bringing it back just to make more money or just to renew the season. You know, there's like an actual narrative behind it. Because, yeah, I thought that Castlevania had, like, a great story arc. It ended just right whenever it needed to. It was, I think, 4 seasons. It was great. I liked it a lot. Terminator 3 was a disaster? Well, it wasn't a disaster. It just wasn't that great. That's all there is to it. Now, I think one of the newer ones wasn't really that bad, to be honest with you. Very Castlevania and Invincible art style going on here. Yeah, I haven't watched Invincible. I don't really care a lot about, like, the only superhero movies that I like watching are the ones that I kind of grew up with, to be honest with you. Like, I don't really care about, like, the only exception for that is The Watchmen. I think The Watchmen are fucking amazing, and if they ever brought out, like, imagine if they did, you know, like a series based off of The Comedian. You know, that big surprise. It's my favorite guy. I would just fucking love it. I would 100% watch that. The only other exception, though, is I want to watch Peacemaker. I do. I actually want to see what, just for the nature of seeing John Cena as a superhero. Like, I actually think it's gonna be so fucking funny. And, yeah, it's amazing. Exactly. And so, yeah, I know there's a bunch of other ones that, you know, people say I should watch. But, you know, again, I'm not, like, super into superhero stuff other than, like, you know, the ones that I grew up with and everything like that. Let me read a few more of these. Castlevania, yeah, keep going. Exactly, yeah. Well, he has been, man. Like, he absolutely has been. Like, there's been, what do you call it? Like, I remember whenever I only saw one of these, and I've never seen all of these put together before. This is unbelievable. Blizzard needs to hire you yesterday. This stuff is professional level. And oh my god, the bottom row with Arthur's murdering Uther. I can't explain how Giga Chad your talent is. Yeah. I actually think that the bottom part is probably, like, the best frames in my opinion. I think this is one of the best frames right here. This is so good. And I like the Kel'Thuzad one too. This Arthas one is good. Let me think, what else? I like the Mal'Ganis one, actually. I think the Mal'Ganis one is fucking amazing because you perfectly capture his, you know, like who he is. The Muradin one is really good too. I'm not, like, the dwarves in the game, I'm not, like, super into them. And, this one, just like Arthas as, you know, still Arthas, but not the Lich King, evil Arthas. This is, in my opinion, fucking amazing. Like, this is so good, dude. This is just, it's so good. I love it. Yeah, best part, exactly. Why is Jaina a square? Well, he probably just hasn't done the whole thing. Yeah, the armor needs work, and that's what I'm saying, right? So, like, obviously, if you were going to make this a TV show, it would get probably a second and third pass of, like, you know, editing and, you know, adding in different features and things like this. But I think especially, I mean, these are all, like, effectively, like, no one person in almost all regards draws these things, you know, by themselves. Nobody makes, like, the manga, or sorry, the anime all by themselves. I mean, I could think this has probably happened before, but in a general sense, this doesn't happen, especially not anymore. So, of course, it would go through, like, a second and third pass, and, like, through editing, and, you know, like, different things like that. But just in general, I fucking love this, man. I think it's great. Yeah, I cannot express enough how much I am, like, this is the closest to bat chesting that I've been in an entire year. Like, I have never been closer to bat chesting before than this. Oh my god. It's just, it's so good. What's this here? I can't wait up to go. Oh no. Oh my god. Oh my god. I mean, you're not wrong. Jesus, man. Oh my god, man. The thing is, a lot of marriages don't end like this. Like, this is obviously an extreme. Like, don't go and think to yourself, like, oh yeah, this is what's gonna happen. This is the normal experience for marriage. No, of course it's fucking not. However, it does happen to a lot of people, and, you know, it's something to be very careful about. Don't randomly get married to people that you don't fully know. I think that's common sense. What, can I look at this? This Gandalf not safe for work thing? I'm kind of worried about clicking this button. Yes, I can. It's okay to view. All right, what is this? Gandalf? Jesus Christ. Okay, guys. Yeah, sure. Okay, very fucking funny, guys. Hilarious. Yeah, it's Jessica Negri. Yeah, of course. The Amazon adaptation is looking pretty good. Yeah, you know what? Actually, guys, you know, we're gonna give the new show, you know, we're gonna give it another chance. Why not? Warrior? Twitter profile picture is the seat of his car, sunglasses with a goatee and a hat. Won't join voice unless you invite his wife. Voice activated in Discord, can frequently hear cries of neglected children. Plays in his own personal bubble, has no clue what is happening. Still comments on what other people in the raid are doing. Reflexively checks Death Note whenever he dies. Now don't get him started on Joe Biden. Oh my god, yep, that's just about right. Yep, average warrior player, exactly. So I would go and, whenever I was playing Warzone, I would tell people that, like, anybody who I thought was cheating was riding with Biden, and then I would start talking to them about how I thought the election was rigged, and, like, 9 out of 10 people agreed with me. It was actually crazy. I was like, you know, because, like, you know how he stole the election? People were like, yeah, bro. Yeah, I heard about that, man. That's some fucked up shit, man. And I'm like, yeah, it is. All right, let's get our loadout. And then that's it. It was so fucking funny to do that shit, man. Okay, let's see if I can find the rest of these. Steve Denuser on the sword and Silithus. Okay, let's see here. What's this? What sword? We have not forgotten about that sword. It still remains a symbol of calamity that ensued in the battle against Legion and Sargeras, and obviously in Battle for Azeroth, we saw the effects on the planet when that sword triggered the manifestation of Azerite deposits springing up throughout the world. While that has subsided, the sword remains a symbol. I would say that it's something to keep an eye on and be watching for. It's a story thread that we'll return to when the time is right, but rest assured, we remember that the sword is there. And that there will be a story to tell about it and what effects it continues to have upon the world. So, will the sword disappear from Silithus? The sword has a part to play in something to come. Wait, what sword? Okay. Yeah, what sword? They don't have a plan? Yeah, they'll figure out a plan later on, guys. It's not happening yet, okay? Let me see if I can find the rest of this. Picture in a Guild Wars 2 map. Recognize anything? Okay, yeah, very fucking funny. I see that. Artificial intelligence algorithm turn Asmongold into a withered ghoul. Hilarious. Okay, and I think I've already seen these before. Apparently, Sykkuno, one time, just, like, stopped making content for 2 years. Like, he just randomly stopped making, he stopped streaming, stopped making YouTube videos, he just stopped making content for years. Man, guess who can relate to that? You know what I mean? And it was also like, there was no like, hey guys, I'm gonna be taking a break. Nope, it was just like, all right, see you tomorrow. And then, boom, that's it, done. And so, yeah, I'll watch this and show you guys kind of what's going on here, because this is a pretty interesting situation. So give me 1 second. I'm gonna pause this and put it back on, okay? What do they do? I think, like, well, I'll talk about it. Let's watch the clip and we're gonna go from there, okay, guys? How about that? Where's Pilab, by the way? I don't know. He's just chilling. He'll be back when he's back, man.
Wait, thanks a bunch to my friends, guys. It's been a super long, like, thing. I don't even know what to say, but... Yep, thanks a bunch to my friends, guys. Make my stream great. And, make me want to stream even more, actually, so...
I feel bad for the guy, man. I do.
Wait, thanks a bunch to my friends, guys.
And that's basically it, right? I mean, like,
Wait, thanks a bunch to my friends, guys.
Full video, like, I don't want to watch a whole lot of this, but, like, what's the context? I don't think people really even know what happened. And that's the thing, is, like, no context. Like, yeah, it's like people have, like, there's, like, what's the word for this? There's, like, speculation of like what it's gonna be going to YouTube. I don't think he's going to YouTube. Was he canceled? In my opinion, I think this is what it is, and, like, I have no idea what I'm talking about. Is that Sykkuno strikes me as the kind of guy that likes to just relax and play video games in his room, and I feel like he's probably, I feel like a lot of, like, his personality seems a little bit like, in a weird way, like my personality. And like, you know, he's constantly interacting with people all the time, talking with people, and you just get, like, really socially fucking worn down, and it's like you just can't deal with things anymore because you're just talking to people and you're around people, you're drained entirely, you're streaming as well, and like, yeah, it's just like the overwhelmed nature of it. It's awful. And so it's like, that's what, yeah, like, for me, I don't like saying I'm an introverted person, because I don't really think that's entirely true, but I think that it's poor you making millions talking. Listen, man, I can guarantee you that, you know, in a few years when you graduate high school, and then maybe 5 or 6 years after that, after you graduate college, maybe you get a degree, maybe not, right? But maybe you get a degree, maybe you get a good job, and you're making, you know, good money. I can guarantee you're still gonna have problems after that. I really can. I can promise you that you will still have problems after that. And do you know what the worst part about it is? It's that the problems that you're going to have then are going to make you wish that you had the problems that you have now. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. I remember whenever I was there, and it was great. So just keep it in mind. Yeah, it gets worse, man. So that's the that's the fact. Don't ruin his illusions. It's okay. And so, anyway, I think that there's a lot of people, this is like a social thing, right? And like you have this happen and you get like socially drained. And like also like streaming is, in my opinion, a hotbed for fermenting mental illness, right? I do think so. And the reason why I think that is, the reason why I think that is, you have like streaming, there's very, very little certainty with streaming. You never know the day that you wake up and, you know, like you get canceled, right? For something that you said 5 or 6 or 8, 10 years ago. You never know like the day that you like get randomly banned for a mistake that you didn't even know that you made. You know, and this is also, these are all things that are like, you know, relatively outside of your control, like your direct control at this exact moment. And, so like this is the way that I see it. It is like you see these people and it's real life too. Yes, it definitely is. And I feel like also there's like the whole thing, like streams like go up and down, you know, your popularity goes up and down, and it's hard to deal with that. It really is. Telling people it's only gonna get worse is dumb as fuck. Well, I mean, sure, but telling people they can't have problems if they have money is also dumb as fuck, so one bad turn deserves another. And also, I'm right. So, you've got to keep that in mind, too. And so, yeah, but it's true. Yeah, that's the way it goes. And I think he was having a bad day. I don't know. I think that this is what happens with a lot of people, is that they get put in a position. And this is what I said before. And I see a lot of these negative comments, right? Oh, wow. Well, you know, how can this person be unhappy? How can they be sad? They have money. And why is that? A lot of the people, like, what are people's, especially young people, right? Like people in general, I think this is the same thing. But especially young people, what are their biggest problems in life? Money. Money is their biggest problem in life. So it's like in a lot of ways, right? You think whenever you're probably like 21, 22, if I had money, I would have no problems. And like, you know, I could solve, and to some degree, you're probably right. You know, like you could solve X, Y, and Z thing. And like, I know I was in that position. Bro, I used to have to save up money to buy a drink for $1. Like, it was a bad day. It was a bad few years, let's be honest. It sucked. And so anyway, you know, this happened for a long time. But, you know, so you see somebody that's making a lot of money and they're unhappy, and it turns the people's enjoyment of the content into resentment because they view that a person that feels that way can't have those kinds of feelings because they can't relate to them. There's no empathy there. And this is what I've always told people, and I've said this to many streamers. My best bet of advice for streamers is never tell the audience how you feel, and like, you know, like emotional troubles and like, you know, mental hurdles, things like this. Never talk to people about this. Never talk to your audience about this, because people will never understand. It will only lead them to resent you. And yes, this is a very black pill perspective, and you know what? I think it's true. And so that's what it is. These people has money, almost my problems went away. Well, that's great, man. I'm glad about that. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, they fucking weaponize it. Exactly. And so never tell people how you feel. I think every single time that a streamer opens up about some mental problem that they have, about something like this, I think that it only serves to make it worse. I do. I really believe that. Now, I think on some level, it's like you have things like, you know, the situation I had with my mom, or the situation that, you know, I had like growing up, right? For example. And obviously, like, you know, my dad likes to remind me, my dad grew up poorer than I did, okay? And, you know, basically, he likes to always remind me, he's like, yeah, I had it worse. And it's like, yes, Pa, you did have it worse, but it sucked for me too sometimes too. You know what I'm saying? And so anyway, like these types of things are more relatable, but whenever you talk about problems like feeling sad whenever you have a lot of money, this is just simply not going to get sympathy from people. It's just not. And it doesn't matter about like what makes sense. It doesn't matter about like, oh, well, depression is like a chemical imbalance in your brain. None of these things play any impact on people's perception of this. And the more that you realize that, the better that you're going to be off, because you stop looking for people that are going to resent you as a support group. I think that's a bad idea, and I think it's unhealthy. It's unhealthy for the audience, it's unhealthy for the streamer, and it just in general makes everything worse. So yeah, that's the way I see it, because money solves our problems. But see, like, what I'm saying is that it doesn't matter what you think. Like I've always said this, haven't I? I've said it never matters what's true. It only matters how people feel. And that's it. Most people won't feel sorry for your issues. Look at the current case, Johnny Depp, who went from being bad guy to victim. Many still don't feel anything for him. Well, yeah, I think a lot of people, well, with the Johnny Depp thing, I think it's a little bit different because you can literally see, like, her hitting him and like stabbing him and stuff like this. So it's much more relatable because it's not something that's just like a mental struggle, that there's very clear, you know, physical violence going on, right? And, you know, things like this happening, like you have like, there's like voice recordings, etc. So there's no way, it's not like this guy is depressed or something like that. He's getting repressed. And so it's different. And, usually reading negative comments, streams only increase the number of negative comments overall. Hassan learned this the hard way. Oh yeah, I just delete most of them. I don't really worry about it too much. But anyway, all I'm really trying to say here is that, you know, my advice for like any streamer is to try to keep as much of this stuff closer to the belt as possible. You're going to have some people, a lot of people are going to relate to you. And like, I would say 90% of people are going to completely... Why are you saying this? I've never seen you react to this person. Well, I've talked to Sykkuno a couple of times before, and I like the guy. I think this matters. He's another popular streamer, and I think this is something that's worth talking about. That's why I'm talking about it, because I've been in the same position before. As somebody who has taken large breaks before, I can relate to feeling this way. You see kind of what I'm saying? So like, that's why I'm talking about it. It's because something that I relate to. And that's the thing. It's dangerous to talk about your personal life. Yeah, exactly. And so anyway, chat are essentially customers and not your therapist. Yeah, I think that's one way to say it. And like 90% of people are going to agree, and they're gonna say like, yeah, you know what, I'm so sorry you feel that way. You know, we're here for you, man. We love you. But the 10% of people that don't are gonna make it not worth it. Yeah, because they're going to make you feel like shit, and you're going to just wish that you never talked about it. And that's generally what my advice is, right? It's just there are too many people like that, and it's just not really worth doing. And obviously, you know, some people are different. Nothing is for sure certain. And obviously, some people have different experiences. But that's what, why not ban them? Because even in the process of banning them, you're acknowledging them. So one thing that's more insidious, we talk about this a little bit more, right? I don't want to get into this too much, but we'll talk about it a little bit more. Is that the insidious nature of reading comments online is the fact that you read them in your own voice. You read them in your own mind. You're not being told this. You're telling yourself this. And so you fundamentally, and just by the nature of what the comment is, you are internalizing this language. So you are telling yourself these things. And I think that's why they're bad, is that even if you ban the people, you're still reading the comments because you had to read them to know if you had to ban them in the first place. You see kind of what I'm saying? And so there's some Buddhist shit right there. Well, I think about this a lot, you know? Like, I spend a lot of time on the internet, you know? It kind of makes sense that I would think about this. So, yes, I think that internet comments and things like this do become very insidious because they cause people to actually question themselves because it's much easier to internalize the negative criticism. Yeah, that's the way that I see it. And what do you mean, read with your own voice, hear while you read? Well, I mean, whenever you're reading something, you're not reading it in their voice because it's a text. That's kind of what I'm saying. And I don't know, I feel like it's pretty self-explanatory where I'm trying to get at. Let's go down. We're going to look at some other stuff too. Average Asmongold user. Guys, no tribalism, please. Look, I mean... Actually, I fucking hate WoW. That's very true. Yeah, there's a lot of people that act that way. Look, it is what it is, guys. I mean, there's nothing we're going to be able to do about it. Everybody's going to have their own opinions. It is what it is. Guy's such an underrated actor. I feel like everybody knows this guy's a good actor at this point, man. Our boys lost 2 consecutive mount-offs. Back in the day, this would have never happened. Sad. To be fair, I have not missed 2 consecutive mount-offs. I have missed 1 patch. And I think that we can all agree that had I not missed that patch, and if I was all caught up on these mounts, I would have won pretty much every mount off. I would have. Because I have, and the reason why, you guys can cap this, but you're wrong. I have like 15 mounts that aren't even in the game anymore. Like I have like the people can't even get them anymore. Like I'm going to win like just by default. That's the way it goes. And that's why those are the ones I've really farmed out. I haven't missed any of those. Absolutely not. But, you know, I've got to get caught up, man. And that's why I was going to do some of the runs today. Absolutely. I mean, determining the winner for every single mount off, the point is, does Asmon have more Gladiator mounts or person 17 recolors is the same easy mount of Shadowlands that Asmongold is too lazy to farm? That is true. I'm going to have to farm out a lot of those, and we'll do that too. Mountless, swordless. This is actually not true. I did get soundless. Swordless, no hair, 8-hour intro. Still got all of Stormblood, Shadowbringers, and Endwalker to complete. Not to mention the ultimates now. Must be an Asmongold stream. That's right. I mean, listen, it is what it is, guys. I mean, and Gmodless, yeah, and Maidenless. Okay, all right, let's go ahead and move on. So needs to replace React content with mount farming. Yep. The funny thing is, probably agree with you, probably procrastinate to do otherwise. Viewers love it too. I think the viewers love the React content. The thing is that, yes, obviously mount farming is good, but people like watching me watch videos. This is just what people like seeing. And obviously it's something I like doing. That's why I keep doing it. And you can always say there are people that like both, right? Of course they do. But I think that a good thing to do, what I do now, is I do some of them and then I do the other part of it. I think that's what makes sense. And yeah, React is boring as fuck, yes, but there's other people that think mount farming is boring as fuck. Whenever I have both people telling me the same thing of opposites, then what do? Well, if you don't know what to do, then you're going to do nothing. So I do whatever I think is best, and I think I do it the right way. Oh no, somebody else got their hands on 50 of those 1% drop chance recolored mounts before Asmon. What a loss, such devastation. Listen, guys, I'm going to be fine. Getting the mounts is not going to be hard to do as long as I invest my time into it. It's going to be fucking fine, man. Yeah, I'm not worried about it or stressed out about it or anything. It's going to be okay. And it's not my intention. Well, you're right about that. Exactly. Let's see what the rest of these are. There should be compromise, 80%. Oh, there is a compromise. I'm doing what I want, and that's the compromise. That's it. Compromise has been met. I'll watch this video in a few minutes. Why should you try hard in Final Fantasy? I'll look at that in a minute. Can it just be like this all the time? What's this here? Revenge of the what? Welcome to Shadows Warcraft. Happy Shadowlands launch. Thank you. Aw, look at that. Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people probably feel that way. Yeah, this is the way. Here's one thing that people might not really understand, is that most people are like this. Most people are not the salivating at the mouth, you know, high on bath salts, about to eat the skin off of their face, fucking tribalistic psychos. This is just not the norm. There's just a small minority of these people that are just completely fucking unhinged, and they act this way. This is absolutely not the minority. So keep that in mind, guys. I know there's some people that forget about it. Most people are just like, yeah, so I play WoW and I play Final Fantasy. As soon as I play WoW and, you know, Final Fantasy comes out something new, I've been getting into that. You know, like I talked to my friend Dylan, for example. Like Dylan plays WoW sometimes and he texts me, he's like, oh, you playing a new Final Fantasy PvP? Something like that. You know, it's just, it's just normal, right? I think that's all there is to it. And I think that you just don't see those people because they're just, you know, by the nature of not being loud, they're not that loud. Today's Mount Off comp gets a... Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Look at this guy. Look at all those fucking medals. Oh my god. Look at, holy shit, dude. Yeah, and even the guy, dude, the guy on the right has a lot of medals, but like next to him, it's just like, you know, fucking... It's like, I mean, but not really, though. You know what I mean? Yeah, it seems like he's got a lot of medals. Exactly. He's bulletproof. Yeah, all fake medals. I don't know. I have no fucking idea. Let's see here. Mercy Route. What's this? Spare Thordan 3 loop. What is this? Oh, is this one of the new phases?
Yes, something changed.
Oh shit!
I like how every single time that they end a phase, they're like, is it over? And then the boss gets back up. Oh shit! No! No!
Oh my!
I told you.
There he fucking goes.
Oh, remember the strat. Remember the strat.
Get ready.
Oh my god.
Run towards your turtles.
Wait, what?
Make sure you get aggro's.
Wait, you have to fight Horace Vilgar? Wait, what? Oh my god.
What? Positions.
One of you.
One fire, no. One fire, no.
I'm still alive.
It didn't take much to me. I had aggro.
Holy shit.
Get the buff. Stay alive, stay alive.
Hit them all, Val.
Oh my fucking
You know,
god,
they
this fight gets crazier every time I see it.
Yeah,
Well, every time I see that mechanic, I just think like, well, I have arm's length, so it doesn't really matter. I just use a cooldown, and I don't have to do that mechanic right. But I think I still do because it looks like if you don't do it right, it pushes the other people off anyway. So you have to do it right because if you don't, it's gonna kill the other guys. Is that right? Yeah, you'd still die. Yeah, that's. Yeah. Sometimes it doesn't work. Yeah, true. It's ultimate. Well, that's always what I think is how to ignore the mechanics. Single freezing pot shuts down Malenia's waterfowl downs. What's this here? What? Huh. So he just threw it? So, it just... Well, that changes everything. Yeah, that changes everything. Holy fuck. Oh my god, I didn't even know that. Wow, okay, yeah, I guess so. Check out the, what's this here? Overloaded Elden Ring playthrough. Good video. If it's not too long, maybe I'll look at it. Tell me you're playing Vampire Stars. I'll tell me you're vampire. Okay, yeah. Another shitty thing. I wish I could fix this. Look, it's State America. Basically a checkpoint for bad players. God bless the USA. Wait, what? It's good Miyazaki finally realized the importance of proper localization. Oh. Okay, I get it. Yeah, very funny. How'd you find Asmongold? I'm actually curious about this. What's this here? YouTube? So, more people have discovered my content from YouTube than Twitch. That is crazy. That's actually fucking nuts. Oh my god. Yeah, that's how I found it. Is that how a lot of you guys found it? Yeah, that's nuts. Like, it's one thing to talk about it, you know what I mean? And it's another thing to actually see people saying that. That's nuts. Twitch has no discoverability? Well, it should if you're, like, on the top row. Like, I feel like if you're like on the top row, like you should fucking get people discover your content. I don't know, man. That's just really surprising that there's not as many people that have discovered me from Twitch, considering I don't really upload any YouTube videos. It's just, you know, things that come from my stream.